Hey guys, it's day 4, I think, of Corvette ownership. We've still got quite a bit to do to this car, but the more I come out here and look at it and stare at the paint and knowing the potential in the paint, I can't take it anymore. We got to get the buffer out and do a little buffalizing on this paint. I experimented a little bit with clay bar, a couple different compounds that we have available to us, and we're going to start with about a medium cut on the scale. There's a 0 to 12 on the McGuire scale. We're going to start about a 6. It's a cleaner polish, and we're going to use the wool pad and kind of get some of this contamination cleared off and some of the minor scratching. We did just a little bit of hand work on headlight door here, and it's really going to clean up nice, I think. So we'll put you on the tripod, get some time lapse going and some music for you, and we'll check in here in just a little bit. Okay, preliminary results, guys and gals. Here's the non-polished side. See if I can get you in an angle where you can see some of the imperfections and stuff. And then here's just this area that I just did. It might be hard to see it on camera, but there's a marked improvement, and this is just phase 1. Now we do have an issue down here. If you can kind of see, it looks like there's some staining in the paint here, and then like liquid dripped down, and the paint didn't like it all along here. I'm guessing maybe we did some radiator work sometime in the past, and we had some splash over, and we didn't clean it off right away of that single stage enamel paint. So we're gonna get a rubbing compound of sorts and see if we can't get some of those streak marks out, and then we'll come back over it with the buffer. Lunch break fundraiser, hamburgers. Okay, we had to take a little break from the electric buffer, so we had to address this little area of the car here. I said something had splashed out or whatever from the engine compartment and stained this area, and all the way down you can actually see runs. You can still barely see it, but we got it so much better with a little bit of hand buffing. With some rubbing compound. We might go back in and work on it a little bit more, but for now we're going to go back to the electromechanical buffer, and we're kind of going to do the half the car thing. So I'm going to do half of the hood, this fender all the way down this side. We'll cut it in half on the top or so, and the spoiler, and then we'll shut the overhead door to where you can just get the shop lights on it, and we'll show you just what kind of change we were able to achieve with a little bit of elbow grease. So let's put you back on time lapse so I can play some music and get to work here. Oh! Alright guys, I'm taking a little bit of a break from polishing and waxing. The arms, they get tired. That's a lot of circles, but it's paying off. You'll see if you haven't. This should be in the same video. But anyway, taking a break from that, and we're gonna go ahead and glue on our mirror piece to our side mirror insert. So we scraped off all the old adhesive. There's some sort of a probably epoxy or household glue or something. Either way, it didn't hold. We scraped it all off. We roughed up the 4 points of contact here with a little 60 grit sandpaper so the new glue will hold. And then we also scraped off what we could off of the back of the mirror. Now, I can't rough this up with sandpaper or scratch it because this gray coating on the mirror, on the back of the mirror, is actually the back side of the reflective surface. So you start scratching that, you start seeing scratches in your mirror. So, but wipe both down with rubbing alcohol so they're clean and prepped for adhesive. And then we are going to go with clear epoxy, Gorilla brand. Yeah, so 3,300 psi bond strength, sets in 5 minutes, and it's water resistant, indoor outdoor use. Metal, wood, ceramics, glass, most plastics, and more. Seems like exactly what we need. And have you seen the commercials? This Gorilla, he's freaking strong. So let's see here, we gotta, oh, that's the stopper. Does it come out of there? That just breaks off, I think. Yep, that breaks off. And then if you get this brand, the stopper for the tube to save what's left is on that little cap, so don't break that off and toss it like I almost did. And then let's see, we'll let's try, wow, that much. Or yeah, let's try that much. Put our nice thing about epoxies, if you didn't know, the two chemicals separate of one another don't get too nasty. So that little cap on the container will come back off. It won't glue itself on. But then once you mix them a little bit like this, then you get that science reaction. A little more on that guy. And maybe there. I like epoxy also because it's a thick glue, and it'll, if these aren't all exactly the same height, these little pads, it'll take up some of that space. Okay, wait. Going to push down, set a rag on top like that. Sure, happy with where that's at. And we'll set some weight on there. There we go. That'll sit, and we got to go back to waxing. I'm not gonna lie, it took a good half a day, a little bit more in hours to do this, but We got half done. You can literally see the difference in the base color of the paint down the middle of the car here. Here's what we were dealing with. As you go through here, see the staining, the small scratches, scuffs, that kind of thing. The entire car was like this. So this is the driver's side, we haven't touched yet. Now we get to the back. We stopped about here. We went ahead and did the Corvette fuel fill. Now look at this side of the car. Scratches are mostly gone. We still have some stuff, but mostly gone. The hood, look at the hood. I'm telling you what, this turned out really, really nice. We're super stoked. We're gonna get on the other side. Jalen came home from work and he got out the Meguiar's Powerball, shined up the wheels real quick and shined up the rocker guards. So we've just got half of the car to do, and we might let Jalen get a hand on the buffalizer here and show him the rope. So how did we do this, you might ask? This was 3 steps, 3 phases. First phase, sorry I'm walking you around. Wool pad, buffalizer, and number 6 on the scale, dual action cleaner polish. So that was phase 1, well, after a good wash. And then we also in one spot we did a little wet sanding just because there was some staining on the front fender, but very little of that. And then we used a combination of the same polish with the wool we had used with the wool pad and some scratch removing compound that we'd received from a gift, and it really didn't work too bad, folks. But to hit a couple heavy spots, and then once we got to where we were happy, we could still see just a little bit of swirl from the wool pad, we switched to number 4 on the scale, ultra finishing polish, number 205 Meguiar's, and we switched to the foam pad. And that's when really the scratches and stuff started to disappear for us. And then the final step, nothing fancy here, folks. Looking on the shelves for a decent wax, and I don't know, somehow we've ended up with 2 of these regular old turtle wax cans. So we got some paste wax on half of the car. So we're half done with really bringing this thing back from where it was. Here's that front view again. You can see that line right down the middle of the car compared side to side. You can see the scratches if you zoom in there and stuff. So we're gonna get back after it. We're gonna try to knock this out today. I don't know if we will, but we'll have it done soon, and then that's really the biggest thing on our list. All right, Jalen's gonna be semi-pro at restoring car paint here pretty soon. Doing a good job so far. This is our first stage with that medium cutting compound and the wool pad. I will mention, ran into a fan of the channel at supper last night, in our little hometown here. So Andrew, appreciate you watching the channel, bud. Hope you enjoyed your stickers. Stick them on wherever, just, you know, put them on your parents' car or wherever you want to. But appreciate you watching, bud. So I can't leave this almost done. We're gonna finish. We're onto the foam pad on the driver's half of the car. So we'll do foam pad, and we'll put wax on it, and then the paint restoration is done. Okay, it's been a long day, but yeah, we got her done. It's been buffed twice with a mild cutting compound and then a cleaning polishing compound, and then it's been hand waxed. The entire car, every painted exterior surface has been treated, and I will tell you what, I had high hopes. I think we've exceeded, whoops, kick the bucket, what we were hoping for. This thing is beautiful. It's, you know, as you work around the car and buff and wax and stuff, the parts that are done get splattered with compound and get dusty and whatever else. So tomorrow after church, we will give this thing a bucket wash, and then get it outside in the sunshine and really show you what it looks like. We were able to get this paint restoration done in one day. It was a long day. It's we're scratching 11 o'clock here, but yeah, it was worth it. And just because, real quick before we go in the house here, I want to do one more little thing so we can cross it off our list. All we're gonna do is, oopsie, pop this guy open. We're just gonna show this. We're just gonna show the stud on the back of here some love with this silicone adhesive. So we're gonna go pop it in the window, or in the window. We're gonna go pop it in the mirror housing here. I have a locator pin here, right here. That's got to go in this hole here. There, it's in. Okay, now that can sit overnight, and then tomorrow when we're in the driver's seat, we'll adjustimate it. So yeah. Okay, boys and girls, the cut, buff, wax, and wash is done. Here's where we're at. I put her in the yard to get some effects, but yeah. Turned out just awesome. We got rid of 98.9% of the swirl marks. Paint super deep. There's rock chips, a couple scratches, that kind of thing in it, but overall, just really turned this car around looks wise. So that's gonna do it for this video. Appreciate you guys for hanging in there and watching. It's quite the process, but you know, the little elbows, you put some work in them and it pays off. So thanks for watching. we'll catch you on the next one.